This is easily the most important thing in the world. I believe that when we hear Martin Luther King say, hate does not drive out hate, only love can do that, we think of it as a peaceful platitude, very pleasant, very, very lovely. Martin Luther King, good job. If we take it as a pleasant platitude that hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that, we are taking a surgeon's directions and going to a body with our knife and throwing those directions aside and saying, no, I'm gonna go with my gut. It is exactly this moment in time, it is exactly this situation where we must apply these actual directives. These are strategic surgical actions that Martin Luther King has offered. He is offering the anatomy of the way things are. He is saying hate cannot drive out, does not have the power to drive out, does not have the power to exact peace where you would want to see peace. Only love can do that. And if I take those directions and apply it only to other people, see, they are trying to fight violence with violence. They are wrong. They are bad. The violence and hate is now coming up from within myself. I am the one doing it. I am the one who is not surgically removing hatred from the one body that humanity actually is, again, not a pleasant platitude, something extremely strategic, something extremely practical. We are one body, each of us is one cell, and how we act, if I am not striking evil out from within myself, violence from without my own being, then I am adding cancer to the whole body. I am endangering the whole body, okay? So what do we do instead? What is the surgery? I call it social disentanglement. So we have to take a look at it, okay? Ever since 2001 for me, when I see it has been so apparent that something very evasive in our regular life, in our social life, in our structures, is how do I extricate my own personal power, my own personal voice, my own personal beliefs and my thoughts from my religion, from my race, from my nationality, where do I live? When my government is doing something that I do not agree with, my personal power does not want to give fuel to what my government is doing, how do I extricate from that and say, hello, people who are being victimized by that government, I stand with the peaceful of you. Every single religion, nationality, race, and creed, at the core of it, has people who absolutely just want peace. This is the most powerful thing in the world, because at the root of every single people is that core. And that creates a huge web of pervasive peace around the entire globe. Now, it's hard to understand, hard to believe, hard to take stock of and in, because peace is silent. Peace is peaceful. Think of silence. Silence is actually all pervasive. It's beneath every single word we say, every noise we make. There's an all pervasive silence. And as soon as there's a noise, it feels as if it is gone, and violence is extremely loud. The fact that we all get along most of the time, the fact that every single person deeply in their foundation of being wants peace, and they act in violence, whether out of greed or out of need. That peace has become corrupt. When they do so, a cancer has happened in the body. What do we do when there's a cancer in the body? The surgeon would say, we contain it to that one part. We do everything we can to not let it spread to the rest of to the body. However, what we are doing as citizens of this globe right now, and most all the time, is letting that cancer spread by generalizing. When there is a faction of people who have perpetrated violence, when there is one person who has perpetrated violence, when there is a government who is perpetrating violence, we generalize. Instead of containing it to the government, we say, oh, these people are doing this. These people are doing this. When an extremist faction has perpetrated violence, we say, oh, this country and all of its civilians, all of this religion has done this. When one shooter has done something, perpetrating violence, oh, all these people, this hate crime is done by this religion. We are the ones spreading that cancer like crazy, like wildfire, okay? We are the ones. So it is upon us to contain it now. If you say you want peace, I want to just share something I wrote today, this morning. When a government is directing an army to act a certain way, it is too easy to put their actions upon the whole of the people they are governing. We would be mistaken to do so. When an extremist faction, be it one person or thousands of persons, acts harmfully, if we do not contain it to the smallest number of people who've acted harmfully, we're in fact empowering hate. We are in fact, this is the important part, we are aiding and abetting them in the exact mission we purport to condemn. We are spreading their mission. We have, in essence, united with that army, that faction, that one that you're condemning. You're doing that. No matter how against them you think you are, if you generalize their action to their people, to their race, to their religion, you are in fact spreading their message and their actions like wildfire. You have added your personal power to the mission of their hate. The alternative is uniting your personal power with peace, with the peaceful, inside every people, inside every country. There is the peaceful inside every religion. When you socially disentangle them, when you see their action as their own, this government, this faction, this person, when you see the government's actions as their own, you see an extremist action as their own, you begin to contain the cancer rather than spreading it, killing many people on the planet, rather than spreading it to the whole body. You have the surgical knife. You have the power to say, this is not in my name. I stand with the peaceful. So it's different than, this is not in my name. I will not let you guys do this to these people. You are now the villains. Your whole religion, your whole country, your whole people. In that case, I'm still the cancer. I'm still the violence. I'm still making things worse. For the love of God, do this. For the love of whatever the highest thing is to you, the love of peace, the love of truth, the love of aliveness for the whole body of our humanity.